Hello, welcome to episode 45 of Speedy Film Watchers. Alucard, do you want to introduce your pick?
Yeah. This is a Brawl in Cell Block 99. It was the first time I watched it, so I don't really have a fancy intro, but it's a
That
very.
name is that name is such a 70s fucking movie name right there. Like, what the fuck?
Even look at the picture there. It looks like one of those old school films, right?
I'm pretty sure that the director's like honoring like the 70s
Yeah, he
action
loves his
films.
grindhouse. He loves grindhouse. That's his style.
Oh, okay. I don't like. You research the directors and stuff, Peter, but I don't. I just watch the movies.
You're definitely.
Yeah, the one thing I really liked about this movie was the lack of music in like 99% of the scenes.
Yeah, there's literally no music in this
I don't
movie.
really think movies really need music. I don't know, especially
Like,
movies like these.
I'm used to like modern action movies having this like grand orchestra songs, and like this is just like silence, which makes it more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find silence works better with fight scenes.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Vince Vaughn, like I didn't know Vince Vaughn could act so good. Like, my opinion has definitely changed on him.
What did you used to normally
It's
be
funny.
then?
It's such a good movie, but it's something that wasn't advertised. I never heard of this movie like ever.
It's
I
definitely
never saw
indie,
it.
wasn't it? It was like an indie kind of thing.
What's
Was
the
it?
budget on
Okay.
this? I'll look it up. Budget was getting it.
Another actor that can actually act is Liev Schreiber. Like, that motherfucker can actually act.
I can't. There's no budget listed on this movie on Wikipedia. What the heck?
Been like self-funded by the director or something.
Yeah, it only made $7,000 in box office. Yeesh.
Jesus, like it probably cost more than that just to pay Vince Vaughn to be in the movie.
How did that even happen? Oh, because it got released on digital a week after its theatrical release.
To answer one of Peter Afro's questions about the movie, the prisons in this movie are definitely not realistic. And I say that because that second prison he goes to would have been shut down by the state day one.
Yeah, the idea to shoot a prisoner does not seem like a very good idea. Maybe because they'll know you're not being serious.
Yeah, there's no way that would have went undetected, like the state of that prison, like because there's no fucking way.
Yeah, that secret dungeon, a little much, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have standards and things like that, right? For like the rooms and stuff, the cells.
So like how Vince Vaughn's character was actually intelligent. He wasn't just a brute.
Yes.
Yeah. It was very smart in his strategies to get to where he had to go.
Yeah.
And like when that kung fu dude tried to like wimpy punch him, and he's just like, oh, do I feel something?
Brushed it off. But yeah, you see, to your point with being smart, when he took out the insoles of the shoes to put it as a insulator for the
because rubber
something, yeah. Very smart.
This movie just all around has great screenplay writing. It's just overall a pretty good film.
Yeah, it was fun.
I really enjoyed it.
What do you think of his tattoo? Do you think it symbolized anything?
I think the cross, like, to semi-answer your question, the cross. I don't really think the cross like resembles anything. I think it's just to like kind of, well, maybe. I think it kind of bridges the fact that this character is actually smart about his actions, and he doesn't really rely on religion. He just has it on the back of his head to remind himself, possibly. That I guess like to survive in the world, you just don't need bronze. You need smarts as well.
Yeah, like I was thinking it was basically like he's a savior for his wife and kid.
That's good. That's a good take too. Like, I like how the fact that the beginning of the movie shows that their relationship is actually pretty strained, but like he actually mans up on the spot and saves it.
Yeah.
He really loves his wife, that's for sure.
And the dialogue in this movie is pretty realistic to real life, like how people like talk to each other and stuff.
All right.
Like, I didn't feel like the conversation at the start with his wife was actually like acting. It felt almost like realistic. Like, if you were to caught your wife cheating, of course you'd have a fucking freak out and then like try to calm down.
He did a good job doing it. And he warned her too. I like that. He warned her.
Fucking violence in this movie is very reminiscent of 70s raw action movies because like they showed everything back then before the censorship.
Yeah, like, you know, it was brutal, especially at the end, like getting his fucking head blown
Oh
off.
yeah. Like I told Brandon, I winced a few times. Like, seeing
Yeah, like
some-
I actually had to look away at the end. I'm like, what the fuck?
he got blasted. Yeah. Like, holy shit.
I'm used to like action fucking movies. I've been watching them my whole life. I hope Vince Vaughn does more smaller roles because I feel like he's meant for that instead of just random comedy roles.
Well, one delivers more money than others, so
Yeah. Whatever pays the bills.
what else? What else?
What else, Peter?
Not really much else to say about this movie. It's just a grindhouse fun action movie with like drama mixed in. Like that's all I can really say about it.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
got some good news. We got questions for Q&A. Yay!
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
All right. First question from Alan Pender. When will you play
Hi,
Toy
Dad.
2 again?
What?
When will you play?
I'm never playing Toy 2 again.
I don't know. If there's a marathon coming up that I might submit to marathons. I do that a lot. I think I might try
Might be-
100% again for marathons.
That might be
'cause-
the only time I replay the game again is if like there's a community race.
Oh yeah. We're trying to get bingo backups, maybe. So who knows?
I don't play
Alucard,
much
when are
game,
you
man.
gonna play Toy 2 again? Because I don't know who this question's directed to.
Toy Story 2. I've never played that game before. I don't think
Yeah,
I
like it's
ever
kind of hard to
will.
ask him to replay it. He's never fucking played it.
I'm watching
Okay.
Brandon play that like gives me nightmares.
Next question.
I don't like that game at all anymore.
I'm waiting
Next
for the
question
full
from
release of
Lieutenant
Felix the Toy
Jones.
instead.
Properly introduce the members on the show. Wait, that's not a question.
Yeah.
I'm XYX, you know me. I mean, if you've ever heard of like Toy Story 2 or anything, you've probably heard of me.
Yeah,
At
I
some
mean,
point.
we
Highly
always are on the
realistic.
show. I don't think just need to introduce ourselves over and 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 over.
Probably Baggles and his cronies, like just being trolls.
Yeah.
Freaking battles
Excellent
and
throwing.
cronies. Oh god. Anyway, I can't wait for my next pick. Here we go.
Yeah,
Have you guys
Brandon
ever
really
seen the
loves them
masterpiece of cinema known as Loqueesha?
Oh
Moquisha.
goodness, I love racism.
You heard this movie is madness. There's so much. It does so many themes and fails with all the
Is it Serenity type of cringe?
Yes. Okay, there's no dumb plot. There's no plot twist, but it's still.
Serenity is a fucking masterpiece of dumbass plot twist. Plot twist.
All right, but yeah, I think it's time. I've been
Loqueesha.
waiting to pick this movie for so long, and it's finally time. We're watching Loqueesha.
Loqueesha. Okay. Yeah, you better
All
link
right.
it in the Discord because I'm never gonna find it.
Dude, you should have requested that fucking dog love movie where he like
Oh.
transforms into a dog or a human.
Oh yeah, that's also on the chopping block. It'll be some
I
other
read the
time.
plot synopsis of that movie on Letterboxd, and I legit couldn't believe what I was reading.
Oh yeah, that's another bad movie. That's another epically bad movie you gotta recommend. But this one, oh baby, this is Loqueesha's magical. Yeah, that's it for episode 45. We're gonna have a great episode next time. See ya.
It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Signing off.
Peter Alucard, Peter Afro.
Signing off in 3, 2, 1.